And the title of that
is Bidimensional Orthodontics, Theory and Practice. And it's the technique we use at BU. Basically developed at BU. We developed it with Dr. Gianelli. So actually the technique itself, the bidimensional technique that we developed at BU, is really a simplification in orthodontics. It's a very predictable way of doing orthodontics. It's a very simple way of doing it. And most of all, it can be reproduced by people. You can teach it and someone else can do it. It's not one of those things that only one person can do. Now what the book does, basically, is we've tried to choose cases so that you could really open this book and look at the pictures, and without even reading the text, you could probably find a case that would correspond to your individual case. And you could follow the steps in the pictures and actually treat the case that way. So what we're trying to do is trying to develop a simplified technique and then develop a manuscript that documented different cases treated by this technique. And we've used this basic technique in bidimensional orthodontics in our program at BU, and we've used it worldwide in teaching. Yeah, very much so, Jeffrey. This is, for example, this is a documentation of a non-extraction treatment. Now, the bidimensional technique is not extraction or non-extraction. You can be on either side of that discussion. You could either want to extract or not extract. It's a technique for moving teeth. So it lends itself to both types. In a non-extraction technique, what we're doing in the first part here is actually distalizing the molars in order to achieve a class 1 relationship. That's the first step, what we call phase 1. Phase 2 would then be retracting the canines on each side into a proper class 1 relationship with the lower canines. And then finally phase 3 would be incisor retraction. So the technique essentially is divided into 3 phases: distalization of molars, retraction of canines, and then retraction of incisors. And it's really quite that simple.